Good evening and welcome back to Rocking All Over the Globe, part 65, Club 4, here at Coritiba in Brazil. And the heat is on because we're kind of like halfway through this save and we still have only won two of the major intercontinental competitions, and we still have two more to go, and so we have to get our act together very, very soon, within the next couple of seasons here at least. It's proving not so easy in South America as it was in South Africa and in Asia, but on we forge, and we are having a particularly good season. But there has been an update in the last couple of days which has affected not only this save but also the other save that I have been doing. Now, I've done a survey, has it affected your saves? But looking at it, only 1 in 4 seems to have noticed any effect on their saves. I've done some testing today, but until we find out a little bit more, we won't talk too much about that. But the tests didn't look all that good to me. But onwards and upwards, and we are currently top of Brasilia R, and we have played 19 games. We've got 47 points. We are 8 points clear of Internacional and 11 points clear of Flamengo. Internacional have played a game more than us, so win our gaming hand, and we can go 11 points clear. And it's about halfway through the season here, just over halfway, and I think that's looking pretty good. I think possibly another trophy in the cabinet. Who knows? But that's not the one I want. The one that I want, of course, is the Libertadores. And we are still in the Libertadores. We will be playing Española. Where do they come from? I think they are Chilean in the next round. And so I would anticipate that we win that. But who knows what's going to happen? That's for another episode. Today we're going to focus on 2 games. Oh, we are going to be playing Española today. We're going to have Avaí in the Brazilian Serie A, and then we are going to have Española in the first leg of the Libertadores. So interesting times today, and hopefully we're going to get 2 very good results. Ordinarily, I would say that we would get those 2 results, but I'm not really sure that's going to happen. I'll explain that in a minute. But before we get on to that, if there's anybody in the chat, can you let me know that the pictures are okay and that you can hear me? Because, again, as I stress always, I don't know, because YouTube doesn't give me the information, and I actually can't tell if people can see or hear very well. So if you could just let me know, I'd be very, very grateful. If there's nobody there, of course, I'll just continue on and hope that when it's uploaded that people will be able to hear it. Okay, so why am I not feeling too optimistic, given the results are pretty good still? And if we look at the results overall, we have just been blasting our way through all competitions. And we've just pretty much like won everything. And the only game we had lost was Flamengo. Probably that was the correct result. We've drawn a couple, and we were just blasting everybody away until this happened. Thanks, Rob. Until this happened. And then I got a little concerned. And this was around the time of the update, so I changed the tactic, because I had thought it's something to do with the tactic. So I changed the tactic at this point, and we won those 2 games. And then this happened, and I got a little concerned. And so I changed the tactic back, and we've won our 3 games since changing the tactic back. I'm not quite sure why we've had these 2 performances, these 2 sets of performances. They're always, if you get a draw and a defeat, or if you get 2 draws in a row, it is a time to be concerned, especially if one of those is 0-0. I do, Rob. I support Manchester United for my sins. I've been since I was a small boy. And yeah, we are a bit of a laughing stock at the moment, quite rightly so. But I'm not ever going to be a supporter of anyone else. Having said that, as I've got older, I'm less passionate, and I pretty much enjoy all good football, and I will enjoy a Liverpool-Manchester City game if it's a good game as much as a Manchester United game. I just like watching good football now, and as long as it's a good game, I don't mind who's playing, and I will enjoy it just as much as watching my team. So, we do have these 2... Who do you support, by the way, Rob? I do have these 2 games coming up. They're games that ordinarily, looking at this, we'd just be romping. But I'm not sure now if things are going to be the same as they were previously. We do have a transfer window going on at the moment, and I have just got rid of 1 player. And unfortunately, Haverton has gone. He's gone off to Sport. Where do they come from? They are Brazilian team, Sport. He's gone off for 1.9 million. I still am struggling for finances. I don't have much in the kitty to play with. 2.5 million. My big concern is Leandro Camarlo. Oh, you're a Leeds supporter, are you? I'm thinking of applying for the Leeds job in my other save, which would be quite fun. And who knows what will happen there. I might mess up Leeds as well. So, Camarlo, if Camarlo leaves, it will bring in money, not as much as I want. He's only agreed to a value of 24 million. He is probably my best player, without a shadow of a doubt. He's just an outstanding footballer for 20 years old. I had him at Sundowns in South Africa, brought him over to Brazil with me, and he's just an outstanding footballer. And somehow he's always turns out to be one of the top players. He's not at the moment. He's got transfers on his mind because 2 clubs are interested in him, Brentford and West Ham, and he would not be happy in anything above 24 million. We would get 16 or 17 million of that in the kitty, which would give us 20 million to spend. But time is running out, and replacing a player of that caliber would be very difficult. I did have some concerns about playing him today, because during these times he does go out of form. He, for some reason, probably because transfers are on his mind, he does go out of form. So it would be worth keeping an eye on him today, as West Ham are thinking of putting in a bid for 17 million for him, which I'm not going to accept. It's below what I think is his market value and what he's agreed upon. So we'll keep an eye on him, and he's the only concern I have in that first team. Everybody's fit and raring to go. In terms of current injuries, I only have one. Maxi Alves is still expected to be out for 2 months, so he's long-term, not really in... And he's also plays in Kumalo's position, so losing Kumalo would be doubly problematical. So we're going to get on with the first game, and it is a game we ordinarily should be winning. But how things will pan out at the moment, I just don't know. I'm toying with that. I'm toying with the suggestion that we focus play down the middle. He usually gets that right, but I'm not going to do it for today. And Cipriano can ease off the tackles for today. That's not a problem. So we'll just check with my assistant on the opposition instructions, and we'll get on with the game. Now, I do feel a little bit like something might be going wrong again very soon. I'm not convinced by what's been going on since that latest update, and especially with regard to in-game instructions. And as I said, I've tested in my tactic test save. I've tested out a few things, and I don't like what I'm seeing. I even tried to lose some games and couldn't lose. So that is an interesting indication of something has happened within the match engine. I do want them to pick up where they left off last time. It was a very, very good win. And hopefully they'll go out and do the business today, and we can go 11 points clear if we can win this football match. I just check that I'm in the right settings, because I've been messing about this morning. And yeah, I am going to keep an eye on Kumalo. As good a player he is, he does seem to get distracted by all this transfer talks. He never seems to be all that good in transfer windows, and so we will be keeping an eye on him. But hopefully this game this series of games that we're going to play will show me that there's nothing wrong with the game. It's all in my imagination. And we will get 2 victories, which we should be getting from both of these games. Ordinarily, I could put my youth team out against a team like Avai and come away with the points. But I'm not quite so convinced at the moment. And you're going to be offside, Pineda, for sure. Yes, coming back from an offside position there. I thought for a minute it wasn't going to be given, but it was. Defensively, we have been very solid all season. I want that to continue. And attacking-wise, we're just scoring goals for fun. And so I expect a few goals from these boys today. And I expect them not to let me down. And so hopefully it's going to turn out that way. And we almost got off to the perfect start. But unfortunately, he couldn't get it on target. So let's hope that we will continue to attack them in this manner. And that we'll find a way to unlock their defence. And we've got to be careful they don't actually catch us on the counter. With that in mind, I've put both my wing backs on support duty rather than attack duty to begin, because I just don't want us getting caught on the counter attack early on. So hopefully that will be okay. And as long as we defend well enough now, I think we will win this. We are not dominating the game as much as I wanted to. And our positions on the field, they look good to me. And I don't see anyone in that Avai team as yet particularly threatening us. We just need to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, in terms of going forward, and we'll deal with that shortly as well. We do have 6 players going forward though, so we're not lacking bodies up front, and pushing somebody much further forward might leave us a little bit suspect at the back, so we'll leave it for a while. And that's a good ball. Kamalo now. Kamalo, you'd expect him to score from there. He's so good a player. Every time he gets in the area, I expect him to score. And that's what I was talking about. And he's already on a 6.6. Transfers are on his mind. The call of Brentford or West Ham are on his mind. I think his preferred destination is Brentford. I do think that he has suffered some psychological trauma in his childhood, as why he would prefer to go to Brentford over play here and win trophies. I don't know. But that would be his preferred choice. I don't know how Brentford are actually doing in the Premier League, but I do think he has a psychological problem at the moment. I think we have an attacking problem at the moment, and we're not creating enough. It's 26 minutes gone, and we've created only 2 chances. And I'm trying to look for weaknesses in terms of where they're not playing well. But at the moment, I can't see any. And it might be that we are playing a little too wide. We've got our both wing-backs out wide. And one of the things we are not good at is crossing. So maybe we need to just be a little bit more narrower. I prefer to have my wing backs or full backs crossing low from these areas here, because the chances of them connecting are better. So it might be something to do with the width. We'll keep an eye on it. And they've decided they are going to play with more discipline. I don't know ever how my assistant manager works that out. Because I can't see it. So he's very clever, because I don't know how he's worked that out. As far as I can see, they're playing exactly the same way as when they started. They're just looking to counter-attack and get the ball forward when they can, but remain solid at the back, which is how they started. And they are quite dangerous on the counter. But we should have enough at the back to be able to see them out. And well done. Aguilera is also a very, very good young player. Helinho is a very, very good young player. And I have plenty of good young players. It's just whether or not they're going to perform on the day here today. And oh, what a chance. It's always a worry when you are not getting your shots on target. Although 33% is good, it's just not enough attempts. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. Not that we're not getting shots on target, we're not creating enough. At 35 minutes, a team like this, it's probably because they're sitting deep, and we're going to have to try, first of all, get more bodies in the box, but maybe it's not. And that's Kumalo. He's been pretty quiet, but that's what that boy can do. I honestly think that as a young player, if you can find him in your saves, I don't know whether he's a regen or whether he's actually a real player, but I put him, he made his debut at 15 years old for Sundowns, and it does feel to me like he's been around forever. But he's only, 19 years old or 20 years old now. And if he is in your saves, he is probably going to become the best player in the world. I do feel like I have to let him go to Europe, because that boy will become one of the best players in the world. And that's what he can do. He just like having a quiet game, and suddenly a volley from nowhere. And we're a goal up. And that's good news, to break the deadlock against a team that is sitting back. So now my concerns about getting bodies further forward. I'm looking at if we have a look at that, I'm having a look at my DM, who's sitting here. And he's just right in front of the centre-back. His positioning, for me, he's not far enough up the pitch. And so I want him to get much further up here, where he's going to be an attacking threat rather. So I will look at Galzaro, and he is already on an attack, which is really interesting. Because for me, he's not far enough forward for an attacking player. So I have to try and think about why he's back there. Maybe he's marking someone. Maybe that's what I've got to look at, is the opposition instructions, because maybe he's being told to mark someone, which is forcing him back into these positions. So let's just have a look at that. His instructions, he's not being told to type mark anybody. In fact, his instructions need looking at, in fact. It's difficult to say why he's sitting back there. Is he looking after Raphael, the attacking mid? It's possible he's looking after the attacking mid. I don't know. We have to keep an eye on that. But at the moment, we are not out of sight here, and they're still coming at us. They've not thrown this game in any way. I am incomprehensive. Just wanted to check that. We could do with another goal. Settle the nerves here. Is that a corner? No, he's been given offside. So it is quite interesting why he is sitting so deep on an attacking role. And where is he here? That's Mustafa. He's in midfield here, and I keep an eye on him where he moves to. He's looking at him. So he's taking up a good position when we're in possession. So when we lose possession, what does he do when we lose possession? And again, he's burst forward there. So he's in a very good attacking position now. But he is a bit of a concern why he's not getting much further forward. And referee, that looks like a penalty to me. It must be a penalty. I'm pretty sure that will be a penalty. But I've seen these given outside the box. Looked inside to me. Penalty awarded. Oh, is this the one that's gonna... This could be Kamalo, is it? Yeah, it's Kamalo. I'd bet my house on him scoring. So he has his second goal. We're 2-0 up. And our form seems to go on. And I think we really need to be winning trophies here today. Not today, this season. There are lots of trophies up for grabs. The one I want is the Libertadores. That will give me my third Intercontinental Championship, and then I can move to Europe and try and win the European Champions League, which will probably be the hardest of all. And Europe will be interesting. Hi, Stefan. Good to see you, my friend. The jury's still out, Stefan. And I'm also seeing something really strange here, and I've kind of highlighted it just before you came in. And I'm looking at my Segundo Volante here, he's instructed to play on an attack duty, and yet he's sitting very deep. And this worries me a little bit, because there's no apparent reason why he should be sitting deep like that. Although I've tried to track him over the last couple of minutes, and he seems to be getting into decent forward positions. But it is odd, and the jury's still out on that. So I've done a lot of testing today. I have a tactics testing save, which I test tactics in. And I could not affect results. I could not turn games around at all. And in fact, I couldn't 2 tests that I ran, I tried to lose from winning positions, but I couldn't lose either. So it's really quite interesting. The jury's still out. Things are going well, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that I'm happy with them. I'm very happy with the way things are going, especially Kumalo, and I'm going to give him a pat on the back for not thinking transfer window. He's had a very good game. What do you think, Stefan? Have you had any issues with the update? I did a survey, and it's about 1 in 4. Although it's a very small survey, about 1 in 4 said they've noticed problems. So I don't know. Have you had any problems, Stefan? I know it drove me nuts last night. Possibly. I mean, this has been like a really good attacking option, the Segundo Volante on attack. He's still getting into good attacking positions. Now, that's Kumalo. Yeah, he's still in the box, so he's still attacking. But his overall position has changed. I'm keeping an eye on that. That's something I've noticed tonight. Ooh, changed their formation. I don't think that really should worry me too much, since we're dominating. Ah, yes, you guys who have to go to work, Stefan. I'm very fortunate that I don't have to work anymore. And I always, when I was working, I couldn't stand being off work. I hated being off work for more than a couple of weeks. And I remember when I got made redundant once, and I was off work for months, and I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. And it was that period of my life when I decided to move to Indonesia. I'm just going to take some time out here to have a look at Alexander Motta. Who's their striker? We are type marking him. We've got a very tired player here, so I want him closed down. And Rodriguez, he's been substituted. Vitor. I don't think we really need to worry about him too much. So we'll carry on. I'm probably going to make some changes in a moment. Pineda's not having the best game he's ever had. So we'll probably make some changes in a moment. But at the moment, this will take us 11 points clear at the top of the table. And having changed the tactic twice, I'm hoping now that we've solved the little hiccup that we had here at Coritiba. It didn't cost us too many points. But it's always annoying when that happens. But we rescued it quite quickly. And hopefully we should go 11 points clear. They really haven't caused us much problems, but that doesn't mean they won't. We still need to focus, and it might be an idea to tell the boys to focus at this stage. So loaded. It's only one of the little things that I've noticed, and I always worry about SI when they update something and then they don't tell you what's in the update. And I think it's possible they're experimenting for FM25, and they're probably looking for reactions, what kind of reactions they're going to get to the updates that they make. I don't know, I'm guessing there. But you'd at least think that they'd tell us what is in the update. But that's one thing that I've noticed tonight is and I have Redondo who's injured now. He's sitting down there. So time to bring on Naldi, I think. No, we're not going to bring on Naldi. We're going to bring on Helinho. And we're going to change him with Galzara. And anybody else tired? Aguilera is a little tired. Pineda's not playing well. Perez is having a poor game, so let's get him off. And let's put Flamenco in there. I've got Haverton, who's gone out. He's been sold, so we have lost him. So Eder might be playing a few more games as the season wears on. I think that's it. It's enough for changes for now. And then hopefully, come on guys, let's get a third. Let's finally put this game to bed. And Galzara is definitely taking his time there. That's because our substitution's being made, isn't it? Redondo is limping off there, but it's hopefully not a serious injury. He can certainly walk off. I am going to make him an advanced forward now. My assistant did suggest that. So we're going to give him 10 minutes as an advanced forward. Give him a run, stretch his legs. See what he can come up with. Kamalo has been outstanding today. 2 very, very good goals. I'd like him to get a hat-trick. That might make him feel so good he doesn't want to leave. He wants to leave in every transfer window, but somehow we've kept hold of him. This might be the one. Oh, chance. 3-0. Kamalo hat-trick. That is what he can do. And that was probably a better goal than it looked. Instant control as he was coming at that at pace. And he's only a small boy. He's very small. But he just picked up that ball at pace. Brilliant control. And that's what he can do. And it is now 3-0. And I think we are pretty much home and dry now. And these are 18th in the league, and so we should be beating them. My only concern was, is the update going to cause me more problems? It doesn't look like it. I expect they will get a consolation. But the 3 goals now are good enough, I think. And I think that I'd like to keep a clean sheet. So we probably need to make some more changes. It's not defensively we need to make changes. It's in midfield that the changes are needed. We'll wait a couple of minutes. And that's not going to worry us at all. So injury-wise, we're good. We only have Maxi Alves out. He's out long-term. We need to forget about him. But we have plenty of cover up there. And it does give players like Oliveira will get his chance in the next game. Helinho will start in the next game. There's young boys coming through here who are absolutely great talents. And here's Kamalo again. He's having the game of his life today. Into the box. It's 4-0. And Pineda has picked himself up. And now it's 4-0. Kamalo, 3 goals and an assist. What a player he is. What a great player. Young South African boy. Was playing for South Africa when he was 16 years old. He was that good that he was picked when he was playing for Sundowns at 16 years old for South Africa. Exceptional player. And he is actually ranked as I think he's ranked as a 4.5-star player now within my team. And potential to be a 5-star. He will live up to that potential if we can keep him. But he's at just turned 20 and he is now the best player that we have. What a player he is. Is a bit injury prone. We do need to look after him. because he can pick up the odd knock. But it's because he's very small. He's a very, very small guy. But he is nippy, and his technical ability is amazing. And they are coming back at us. I think we need to go and make some changes in midfield. We are a little tired. Aguilera and Galzaro. So I'm going to give Oliveira a run out. And David can come in as the DLP. I've got one more to make, but I think I'll hold on to that until we need to. I'm looking at their forward, who's on a 5.3, is it? Their striker is on a 5.3. Had a very, very poor day. It's probably not his fault, because they haven't had many chances. It's just they probably haven't provided him with many. I am very pleased with how we've defended in this 3 at the back system. And I have 3 very, very good central defenders. So I hope we will win trophies this season. There won't be too many hiccups. And we will win 2 or 3 trophies. We've already won one. We won the pre-season tournament, which is the State Cup, the Parsenaise Cup, and we won that. So we have 1 trophy in the bag. I'd like at least 2 more. And 4-0, I will take that result, which puts us very nice at the top of the league. And let's keep pressing them. Let's keep doing what we do. I didn't have to make changes in the end. I was wondering in the first 20-25 minutes that we might have to make some changes. We didn't have to in the end. We've been very comfortable, and we've put our chances away in the end. Not really. Not with the 3 at the back system. Sometimes you can have problems when you're playing 4 at the back, especially if there's a deep lying forward. But what you've got to do is just make sure you don't mark the deep lying forward. The one that I call the Wanderer. When you look at their setup, one is usually deeper than the other. And so I would not tight mark the one who's deeper than the other, because he's more likely to pull your defense out of shape. So I would just make sure you don't tight mark him. And I definitely make sure he is not tight marked. I've never had particular problems with 2 strikers. It's not something that I would say. One of my centre-backs possibly could do with a rest. Jesus Abba, possibly. Let's give Sass May a game. He hasn't had a game for a long time. Let's give Sass May a run out. And Kamalo really fancies his chances now. He's just like taking control of everything. What a player he is. He's even taking the corners now. Offside. That boy has got the world at his feet, and I don't know why he wants to go to Brentford. It really doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But he knows what he wants. And I'm going to have a job. If Brentford do make an offer, I'm going to have a job keeping hold of him. How do you replace someone like him? I hope that Oliveira becomes the next Kumalo. And that is it. Full time. We have beaten them by 4-0. Perfect start to the episode. Well done, lads. Excellent win. And that puts us 11 points clear at the top of the league. 20 games are gone. I can't remember how many we play. We must play 38, so we are over halfway and 11 points clear already. Redondo is only out for a day. Khumalo was magnificent. We just got to keep him here for a week while the transfer window is still open. But I couldn't have asked for any more from them to begin this episode. And our form just keeps going. We have to play Thursday now against Española. Española, 3-star reputation from Chile. They're not going to be walkovers by any stretch of the imagination. But I really do feel I want to win the Libertadores this season if I can. Would be a tremendous achievement. I said at the start of the season that it was probably not going to be this year. And the reason that I said that was when I looked at the season preview, we're still predicted to finish in 10th. I don't know why that doesn't change. But I think we're better than that. And we have 3 players in the media dream 11, Khumalo, Redondo and Abba. So I think 10th is a little bit cruel, to be fair. I think we're a better team than the media give us credit for. So I wasn't thinking this year we could win any title or the Libertadores, but with a bit of luck and a following wind, you never know. Because this team are playing so well. This isn't about any transfer gossip. I just would very much worry about transfer gossip when it comes to Khumalo. The transfer window is going to close. I should be looking at replacements, but I'm just hopeful that he doesn't go. I don't need to sign anyone. Play International in your save. Oh, the club Internacional. So you're one of my main rivals. So I don't think they are that good. I mean, they are not that good. They do have good stamina. We have to make sure that we play for 90 minutes. But the rest of it, they don't seem that great. So it's a game we should be winning, I think. And especially as the first leg is at home, I want a good result at home. Do you mean this Internacional? Oh, you're playing in Brazil. How do you find the Brazilian league? I just find it's mental. It's like you don't get a break. When the transfer window, the main transfer window starts, you're playing in competitions. There's no break. Hannibal, I've had my eye on signing him for a while. For Brazil, he would be a very, very good signing. And I've had my eye on him for a while, and he possibly would be a good replacement for Khumalo. Or at least allow Maxi Alves to go up and play in Khumalo's position. I think he would be an exceptional signing. He's got really good mentals. His technicals are good. His first touch, his technique is really good. So I think he would be a very good signing. But I haven't got 11 million at the moment. And so he is someone that I would consider signing as a replacement. I think he'd be a very good player. Aguilera deserves a Uruguayan call-up. I'm not going to argue with that at all. All of the boys are playing extremely well. It might be quite interesting to have a look at the average ratings. I mean, look at this. So many players. top of the shop, Maxi Alves, who's the one who's injured. Kumalo then 7.42. Kumalo has 19 goals and 8 assists. Pineda is playing really well. Oh no, there's games all the time. And you have big squads, which is difficult to rotate. I've made an offer of 52,000 for Fearman. I think he wants to leave, actually, doesn't he? He's transfer listed. And I think I might have made a promise to him to sell him. But I'm only going to sell him if a bid of 180,000 is made. So we're going to reject that. It's not good enough for me. And hopefully he's not going to complain now, because he agreed with me that that would be the price. Okay, that's just a loan extension. I get so panicky whenever I see a transfer thing coming up. Who wants to leave now? And that's the other thing about Brazil, Stefan, is that players want to leave. It reminds me of playing the Benfica save last year, when every single player was up for sale, and it's the same in Brazil. Because, of course, when you're in Europe, you go scouting in Brazil. It's where you go and look for players. And everybody's looking at your young players all the time. And it is a bit annoying sometimes when everybody wants to buy your players. But if you remember, when you were in Europe, that's what you were doing. You were going scouting for young Brazilian talent. Kumalo, being a South African, has just unfortunately put himself in the shop window by coming to Brazil. He's a useful prospect. I think we could possibly look at him if we get enough money for Kumalo. But I just really want to avoid transfer nonsense if I can for the next couple of days. I'd be really grateful. Flamenco's not happy. He's not getting the time, is he? I think we'll probably, because we have lost Haverton, we'll tell him we'll give him some game time. And he's happy with that. He's not a bad player. He's not a great player. And I just need to check what is his actual... He's playing as an impact sub, but what is his actual... He's a squad player. He should be getting game time. Does anybody know how many games, say you're playing 5 games, how many games would a squad player expect to play? Would he expect to play 2 of those games? Would he expect 3 of those games? In 10 games, how many games would he expect? 3, 4, maybe 5? I don't know how many games. I've never been able to figure that out. An important player would want to play all 10, or at least 9. And the same as a star player, a regular starter, 7 or 8. Squad player, I don't know how many he would want to play. So let's give him some game time anyway. He's a decent player. He's not brilliant, but he is a decent player. And we have this cup match coming up. So I think he can play in that. He'll do a good job for me. I certainly don't want to sell him, because good squad players are very, very hard to find. Do I play the same team? I mean, they've been in very good form. I may make 1 or 2 changes. Yeah, as an example, a deep lying forward, I would never type mark this guy. I'd never type mark a deep lying forward because he could pull your defence all over the place. Just imagine you've got someone type marking him and he goes deep, your centre back goes with him. There's a big hole at the back. So I think I will make a couple of changes, not too many. I can see Redondo's tired, that he's not fit. So I am going to play Helinho, who needs more game time himself. And we'll switch him over. And I'm going to play Naldi. Naldi is a very underrated player and deserves his chance. And my assistants, my coaches don't think much of him, but I think he's a very underrated player, Naldi. Would he be better as the Segundo Volante, I wonder? Yeah, possibly. But Helinho doesn't want to play as the DLP. I'll leave it at that because he has played DLP for me before. And then perhaps rest Kumalo, take him out of the shop window. Praxedes is also listed for loan. And nobody has come in for him. He's a very good player, but he's unhappy. Very unhappy. I don't think there's anything happening. Nobody's interested in him. So maybe we'll give Praxedes a game. Just perhaps try him out. Boschilla is also an underrated player. I think Oliveira, but I'm going to keep Aguilera in. I don't want to decimate the team too much. I'm just looking any more tired players. Aguilera is tired, actually. So I am going to play Oliveira. Just mix it up a little bit. And Pineda, while I'm at it, we're going to play him as an advanced forward. He seemed to enjoy that a bit better. Untouchable. A+. Don't get too many of those. A+ from the supporters as well. I don't see that too often. I've had A-, but not too many A+. So we need to go and play this game. Española. New sponsorship deal. Financially, I think we're doing really well. I think the finances are very, very good. The projection is pretty good. Projections very good for the club. I think we've done all right financially. We've got 3 million now in the coffers. So I just don't want to do a panic buy. I'm waiting to see if anybody leaves. Panic buying I don't like doing. But if Kumalo or one of the others goes, then we will have to think again. We do have a day, transfer window day, which is today, is it? That's odd. The game is here. No, the transfer window's tomorrow. The game's got this wrong. He's made an offer for Chavez. I don't need a central defender. I'll let that run. He's too old. The board will get upset. In terms of central defenders, I have a lot of central defenders. I've got 5 or 6 very good central defenders. Like players like Sasme and Heidegger can't get the game time. I'm going to walk away from that. 28 years old, it will upset the board. No, we're going to reject that as well because it's not what I said. 2 rejected loans, well done. Another rejected loan, well done. Let's go play some football. Let's not worry about... oh, another one. No, we'll reject that as well. It's for Moina. I don't know about you guys. You guys, I think, love transfer windows. But I hate transfer windows. I just like staying with the team that I have. If it's a good team, I don't want to change it. 91. They're getting closer, but not close enough. So is the transfer window tonight or tomorrow? 110,000. He's going to get into the possibility of where he's going to complain soon. I think, what was the offer? 180, was it? Yeah, we're not taking 110. You fork out the extra 70 or you don't get it. He's probably not going to be very happy. Okay, so Coritiba Española, the Libertadores. I don't even know what round this is. It's the second round, second leg. I think the round of 16. It's the round of 16, I think. So I would like to win this. I'm happy with the team. I think they can go out there and do a job for us. And it's good to give these young kids a little bit of game time. We can always make up, if we lose this game, we can always make it up later. We cannot allow complacency. Why do I know they always buy like incredibly poor players, but sometimes they just come up with a little gem. And that's why I always leave that clicked on, because sometimes he just comes up with an absolute gem. And I've had DOFs buy incredible players. Well, they are certainly coming at us from the start, aren't they? My assistant wanted me to start balanced, but I think we need to win this game. I think we need to show our intent and attack. I know I've rotated, which is probably not the best plan in a competition of this stature. But I also think they're not the greatest team, and we've gone ahead, and Pineda has made it 1-0. And hopefully we are going to go on and score some goals now. And everybody's going to chip in. Naldi with the corner. He's very underrated, Naldi. He always seems to play well when I bring him in. And there was a spell where he was a regular member of this team. But unfortunately for him, some of the young boys have just got better and better. And the youngsters have taken over. Who's that? Pineda. What was he doing so deep? He came from about there. That was really quite interesting. They're playing very wide. I want to have a look what my assistant makes of this. And I need to keep an eye on anybody who might be causing us a few problems. And as yet, nothing. But they're not going to lie down, this team, that's for sure. Go on, Flamenco. That's not going to do it, Sam. One-way traffic at the moment. They're not a bad team, and it just goes to show how good this Coritiba team is, and the pundits might have to eat their words at the end of the season. because I think this is a very decent team. And next season, if I can keep them all together when they're a year older, this is going to be a very, very good team. I want to see Flamenco having a good game today. He's been brought into the team. We made a promise to him. Have a good game, son. That's not the ticket, Helinho. I keep bragging you up, and every time you play live, you let me down. But he is a very good player. He's just got to maybe just curb his young enthusiasm. I think he's only 18 years old, Helinho. He's got a big, big future. He'll be next on the European team's shopping list, I think, as he develops. And it is, in Brazil, it's extremely hard to keep these players. Chance, Pineda's in. 2-0. Is it offside? Nope, there's no check going on. 2-0 up now. I think I made a fairly good decision to rotate. Rotation in Brazil is really important. Pineda's been out for a while injured, so he can play a few games. Nice pass from Flamenco. He doesn't let me down, and then he sets off into that space. He doesn't let me down. He's a useful little player. But it's hard to find really good squad players who are pretty much prepared to sit on the bench most of the time. So it's a very, very good start. Well done, Helinho. 2 goals for Pineda. My decision to keep Camalo out of the window, out of the shop window, has paid off. Because nobody's made a bid for him yet, which is good news. And if he's not playing today, that's a good decision, I think. They are playing mostly up the middle. In fact, pretty much all up the middle. But they're not causing us any problems at the moment. And Flamenco's involved again. He does find space down that right, but messed it up there. He's an unsung hero as well, Mustafa. Bought him when I first arrived, and he's been a regular in the team since I arrived. He's an unsung hero. I never talk about him much, but what a good centre-back he is. Oof, I thought that was going to be goal number 3 there. Pineda is outside the box looking for little scraps outside the box. A good little choice that by my assistant, or the set piece coach, to have him as the one lurking. Probably what I would do is finishing is very good and has a good long shot. And at the moment there's only one team in it. There's only one team on the pitch. They're suffering from jet lag. That was nice. He didn't close him down. That's what I want them to do. I don't want them closing down too much. Just make him pass and then go track back. That was good stuff. That's how I see these wing backs playing. So again, he's got his man in his sights. But now he's kind of lost track of him. But he's offside. He is a decent little player, Flamenco. I don't want to lose him. No way. We've got a bit sloppy in the last 5 minutes or so. I need to tell them to focus a little bit. We got a little bit sloppy. But 2-0 at this stage, I will take that. I don't want to concede. I don't want to give them any hope in the second leg. Pineda's looking very dangerous today. So Helenio is playing very well. Pineda's playing well. Praxides not so good. Just looking at his mood. Overwhelmed by the feedback. But he's one who should focus. He's only on a 6.7. And have we injured someone there? We injured one of their players. 2-0. Come on, boys. Let's have some more. They haven't looked at all dangerous. This tactic is also quite a nice tactic. Sometimes I like narrow tactics with the wing backs going up, down the sides, providing width. This is a nice tactic. Oh, Naldi, I thought he'd made it 3 then for a minute. Good boy, Naldi. Yeah, now I'm telling him to focus. Now he's even been more upset by the feedback. We do need to be getting more shots on target, I think. Control of the ball is good, though. Everything looks good. So you won 5-3 at Santos, but the central midfield was much more weaker than usual. It is a possibility. It is a possibility, and it might be they have tweaked that. Good save, and that's why I told you to focus, boys. And it looks like they're playing balls over the top. So I'm just going to drop the line a little bit. It might be that they've tweaked the midfield. Could well be. It might be worth having a look. Where is my Segundo now? He's sitting a little bit higher, but not. He's still not. As he's a Segundo on attack, I would expect his position to be more up here than down here. So I think possibly they have tweaked that a little bit. Which is why I might be having trouble in the Juventus save. Because he's not getting forward enough now. So I might have to tweak that tactic a bit to get the midfielders going forward a little bit more. Interesting. Go on, hit it. Oh! Oliveira. Oh, you're like... I love the actions sometimes of the players. Go on, son. You got it. Half-time 2-0. I'll take that, but I want them to stay focused. Look at this bench. Complacent all the way down. Only Perotti is not complacent. Can we talk to the bench? No, you can't talk to the bench. Can you even say, look, oi! Focus, boys. I don't think there's anyone really that we should be worried about. They haven't actually caused us any problems, but that's a worry in itself, especially with second half syndrome. But everybody's doing well. Even Oliveira's come in. He's on a 7.8. They're doing well. Abba is doing very well. Helenio, Naldi's have the changes I've made. They're all playing really well. We should rest another couple of players. Centre backs. Oh, blimey. What was my goalkeeper doing there? Giving me kittens. Flamenco, he's on a 7. He's having a good game. He's delivered the goods. Everyone in the camp is happy. That's it. Nice pass out to the left. I thought he hadn't spotted it for a while. Oh, is that a penalty? Was that inside or outside? The referee's going to check this for a penalty. Do you find getting results easy in Brazil, Stefan? Penalty awarded. I haven't got Kumalo on the pitch, though. Go on. It's going to be Praxedes. Oh, he's not. He's a bit moaning Mini at the moment, but that should cheer him up a little bit because he's now got himself on the score sheet. So we're now 3 goals up. And hopefully this tie now is over. I can afford to really rotate when we go to the away leg. Well, actually, no, this is the second leg. We are 6-0 up. Why am I getting so confused? We're now 6-0 up overall. I thought it was the first leg. I'm just getting confused in my old age. But this is the second leg, and we're now 6-0 up. And look at that green Christmas tree. Game over, and they're not going to score 6, are they, in 30 minutes? I mean, in all fairness, this Coritiba team, when I took them over, they were in the 2nd division. So we've done well in a couple of seasons to get them to this point. I'm not quite sure, but I think we won the title last year. Their first season back. That's pretty good. I actually find that... Who's injured now? Naldi. Okay, so where have you put him? Where's he gone? I can't do a substitution because... Oh, he's been given a red card. That's why. I thought he got injured. Oh, Naldi, a plonker. It's not a big deal. Because we're pretty much home and dry. Who do I sacrifice? I'll actually give Pineda a rest. And let's bring David down here. And I'll make him a shadow striker. So we'll just play strikerless for the rest of the game. There's no need to run Pineda off his feet, and we'll have more bodies back. I'll come down a notch. And we don't need to do anything there. We'll just try and hold on to the ball, I think. So we'll come off the counter, slow it down. That's why I don't want that on. Who's put that on? Must have been my assistant. And so really that's what we should do. Just see the game out now. Naldi will be suspended. He's not really that big a loss. He just comes on as a rotation option. So hopefully this is... They're not going to score 6. I know they're not going to score 6. So hopefully we'll survive with the red card. But this looks like 1. Well, so it might end up 6-4 at the end. You never know. I now need to shout at them, tell them to focus. And we'll put Your wing backs should both be on support. So that's put a dark cloud over the day's events, Naldi. What is the matter with you? But we just need to see this out. It's nonsense to think they're going to score 6. Defensively, we've not changed. I suspect, though, they're going to push men forward. Try and crowd us out back there. I do need to go and ask my assistant, what should I do? He's not too worried either. And maybe there's going to come a time where I have to take 1 or 2 of their creative players out of the game. Good tackle, Helinho. That's it, just hold the ball. They can't score if we've got the ball. Nice, nice. Just keep the ball. Make them run around. That's not nice. That's not very good. I think I'll make some subs. They're going to get back into this game. FM is a cruel mistress. Oh, they've hit the post. Right, I think we need to make some subs here. We shall do that now. And also, I'm going to take 1 or 2 of these players out of the game. I'm going to type mark both midfielders. And the fullbacks. We'll deal with the fullbacks as well. We'll close him down and right foot. Don't need to worry too much about him. He's injured, I think. And let's bring some fresh legs on the pitch to run around. Defenders, I think. Riquelme can come on here. And how fit is Flamenco? He's fine. Absolutely fine. Jesus can come on for Abba. Sasme for Mustafa. Let's get some fresh legs in defence. But they've certainly dominated with 10 men. I'm actually surprised because normally I play better with 10 men. But for some reason this team are dominating with 10 men. Probably because the game knows I'm 6-0 up and it doesn't matter. Or 6-1 up now. I think I am going to push the line up though. Compress everything in the middle of the pitch. Might make it easier for us to keep the ball. And also go narrow. It's like, how many are they going to get at the moment? There's still 20 minutes to go. They still need 5 goals. Are they going to get 5? They're going to get 1 or 2 more, I expect. But I'd like to keep that as a victory if I can. A green dot is always better than a yellow dot or a red dot. Nobody is really... René Rojas is possibly someone I need to type mark. He is someone I need to type mark, I think. We'll hard tackle him, right foot and type mark him. And he's probably their most dangerous player. "10 minutes and then the game over, and we will be through to the next round of the Libertadores." Just keep the ball. They cannot score if you keep the ball, and that is not good, David. They will not score if you can keep the ball. The board has accepted bid. It's always the problem in Brazil, Stefan. Always the problem. These players want to leave Brazil. They want to go to Europe. They're ambitious. Well done, Praxides. Good stuff. Have I got one more sub I can make? Yeah. Oliveira is tired. So we'll bring Kardec on. Bit of experience up there. But we are going to see this through. Despite the red card, it's all over. And we are into the next round. That's how you handle a 2-legged affair. Well done, boys. Well done. Internacional have won their game as well. Coritiba win in the second round. There's transfer stuff going on here. Oh, we have to play. That's going to be a very interesting episode. In the next round, we are playing Internacional in the quarter-final of the Libertadores. That's going to be a game. Who is it that... Fearman. Not quite enough, son. You're getting there, though. So, that game will be coming up. That is a big, big game. 2 big, big games. And I think that's where we'll come back next time. We'll come back for Flamengo in Serie A. And we'll come back for the game, the second leg of the quarterfinal against Internacional. And that is your team, Stefan. And that is going to be a very, very interesting encounter. And if we can win that, it's semi-final to absolute derby day around here. And... can we win it, though? Our record against Internacional is pretty good, I think, so far. We must have beaten them, because we've only lost once. We beat them 4-0. I think we've played them once before as well. No, that was it. We've just played them once and beat them by 4-0. So we have a good record against them. And we have to play them, how many times? We have to play them 3 times. Same as we played Goiás 3 times in a row here. We have to play Internacional. I'd actually like to lose that one in the league. And then win the 2 Libertadores. In terms of the Libertadores... Flamengo are still in there. Brazilian teams are heavily represented. Corinthians, Palmeiras are still in it. Boca from Argentina, Independiente. It looks like Brazil, Argentina dominated. 6 teams from Brazil are still left in the quarterfinals. It's going to be an interesting one. So I'm going to call it a day there, guys. Thanks for coming along, and good to see you, Stefan, and thanks for all your support, and I much appreciate it. I think it's you that's keeping the channel going. And looking forward now to coming back for the big game against Internacional, which will be on, what day is it today? Wednesday today, is it? I think. Which will be on Friday then. Yep, it's Wednesday today, so it will be on Friday. Thanks, Cenk. Thanks for coming. And don't miss the next one, guys, because that is the big one. They're first and second in the league. It's in the Libertadores. We shall see you in the stadium. Take care, guys, and see you soon. And good luck with Internacional with your save, Stefan. But not good luck with Internacional in mine. Take care, guys. See you soon. And have a good night. Cheers now. Bye-bye.